Hello and welcome to your weekly Oracle card reading for the week of September 23rd. Today's reading is from the traditional Angel Tarot by Doreen and Radleigh Valentine. Hello everyone, I'm coming to you today a little different. We're back in the studio. I'm preparing to do an interview today with a woman by the name of Lisa Hopp, who is a local medical intuitive, spiritual medium, angel worker, and since I'm in here and I'm all set up for that, I just figured I would do the reading this way this week. So I'll be bringing up the split cam as I did with the pendulum interview with Eileen Bates. If you're interested in that, Eileen goes over kind of how the pendulum came to her and how it began her spiritual journey and how it turned angelic with basically channeling the archangels through the pendulums, which enable her to help others learn about what angels are guiding them, things of that nature. So that interview is up on the channel, and Lisa's interview I'll be doing today should be up on the channel in a couple of days. So we're going to begin this week's reading, and as usual we set the intention that the first half, or the first card rather, is the first half of the week. The second card is the second half of the week, and the third card being the remainder of the work week, the weekend. So again, we're using the Angel Tarot, my go-to deck for this, and I am going to put the split cam on, and we'll bring it up and get it done. Okay, so our very first card, which again is for the first half of the week, we see number 9 of the major arcana, the Hermit, Archangel Raziel. Spend quiet time in meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see them on the camera, but at least you can see them. This message comes up a lot lately, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but it's really where we're at right now. The angels are saying that it's through the quiet meditation, through the finding your stillness, is where you connect most strongly, the strongest. So with that, I think they're reiterating this so often because I think it's hard. I think people are maybe struggling to make this a daily part of their life, and it really, your intuitive abilities are a muscle. Hypothetically speaking, it's a muscle. You need to develop muscle memory. You need to strengthen that muscle. It's through meditation and stillness that we find the strongest connection that we can achieve. So when we integrate that as a daily part or a multiple daily part of our lives, we are creating muscle memory. We are strengthening that muscle. So the angels keep telling us, again, to spend that quiet time in some sort of a meditative exercise and to really work on our connection, because it's through this connection that we are able to achieve our soul purpose and be in service to others. Because right now I feel many of the soul purposes on this planet is energy. It is energy work, it is spiritual work, and it is angelic responsibility, I almost want to use that word, to help you, your family, everyone around you, and the planet as a global civilization rise up in their energy. So again, they're reminding us for the first half of the week, if we've gotten out of that practice, to return to that practice of incorporating stillness and some sort of a meditative exercise into our life on a daily basis. Now mind you, that doesn't mean you have to go sit in a corner and burn an incense and play music and go for an hour. It doesn't have to be that. You can literally just pick out something on your wall and just stare at it for 15 minutes in perfect stillness and quiet and focus on every breath you take, and just keep staring at that spot until it almost kind of goes out of focus and you kind of lose yourself in that moment. It could be as simple as that. We meditate every day when we drive to work and don't even realize it. When we get in our car and we just start driving and autopilot kicks in and we're miles away daydreaming, and the next thing we know we're at work and we don't remember making half the turns or getting off the exit. it's that trance state that you're almost looking for in meditation. So to get to that point in a controlled environment, where even though you're at that state when you're driving, and technically it is a meditative practice, your body's not shutting down. Your body is still responsible to drive that car, to make that turn, to get where it is you need to go. So when you can do it in a controlled, safe environment, your body's fully allowed to release and be a part of that experience. So just find some time at the beginning of the week, try to figure out a way, a little quiet corner of your home or a workplace or a park or a nature trail where you can just go and really be completely alone. And by that I just mean no distractions, no worries, no mindsets. And if you, especially if you're new to meditation, you may start to try and then have episodes where you just can't stop thinking about that fight you had last night with a friend or a partner, or a bill that's due. And that's okay, that's normal. What you have to do is recognize it's there, ask that your ego mind release that, and then reset back into that moment. So I feel like I'm really getting stuck on this. I really want to move on, but meditation is just so important to this journey and everything that we're doing here. So try to find some time in your beginning of the week to do that. So now we move on to the second half of the work week. We see Six of Earth. Now, of course, Earth is the coin or pentacle suit that deals with financial and material things. And we see gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. And the imagery on this card is actually interesting because it's a fairy, and she is loading up scales with coins. And it's really about balance. It's about finding financial balance. It's paying your debts. It's doing those things to bring balance. When we talk about manifesting money and manifesting wealth and being abundant, it's hard to materialize abundance if your financials are out of balance. We can't materialize abundance by borrowing it, or we can't materialize abundance by I gotta stop resisting. They put images and words in my head and I just resist. I try to use my own terminology. So they're just trying to say to me, it's harder to manifest and to achieve your financial goals when there's an energetic imbalance, because a transfer of money is a transfer of energy. If I'm doing a reading for somebody, me charging them the minimal fees that I charge is just a transference of energy. It's an exchange of energy for the service. It's not really about the money, but when someone comes to me to get a reading, my energy is exchanged for them for the reading, and then there's really the only real way to exchange energy back, short of a barter, would be charging. So there's always has to be balance. So I want to actually hold this because I'm not too sure how well these are coming through. So I'm just going to hold this one up here first, because I do really like the imagery of this one. And she's balancing out the scales. So I'll add that to the pile. So now again, so for the second half of the week, you are looking for finding balance. Paying off maybe something that's been kind of hovering over your head, or maybe you'll be getting money back that maybe you've loaned out, or maybe you're taking a loan, but that loan is to help you find balance elsewhere in your financial needs. And it's kind of like climbing out of the pit. As you overcome these things, as you settle these debts, as you move forward through the financial kind of weight that you're on right now, the higher you rise above that, the easier it's going to be for you to then be in a balanced place. And once you're in that balanced place, they're saying it's there that you can start to accelerate forward in your manifestation. So now we're going to hit for the weekend, and since this card just jumped out, this is the one we're taking. I literally went to shuffle, and this one was the only one left in my hand. So we have Page of Water. Now water is the cup suit, and water deals with emotions, feelings, things like that. So the Page of Water, now like all court cards, it lists some descriptive terms on top, which sometimes brings to mind somebody we may know or that we're dealing with. And that could be in a sense of a loving way or somebody that we're having challenges with. So the descriptive terms for this card, which is typically where this emotional event that they're going to speak of is related to, is intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. So if that brings anybody to mind once the message comes, you know, that's something maybe to focus on. So here we have the message. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heighten psychic abilities. So, okay, that's in frame. So, when I see this card a lot, and it says a new person enters the picture, usually when I'm doing readings with someone, it comes at a time when they're having relationship difficulties, difficulties with their partner, difficulties in life in general. So when they see this, it's instantly the reaction is, oh, there's a new man coming, or there's some sort of new opportunity coming in my life. I feel that it means that in a sense of the word. I'm not getting that feeling of a new romantic relationship. I'm getting the feeling of there's going to be a new influential person coming into your life that will certainly be a very close relationship, but its primary goal is not to be a romantic relationship. It doesn't mean it can't be that for you as an individual, but as a general message for this reading's purpose, I don't feel strongly that it is necessarily a romantic partnership. So I want to just say that first, because that's just what they're hitting me with. What I do feel is, as again, each week I'm doing these readings and I'm getting a lot of kind of like revisits to these concepts. As we're moving forward as a group of like-minded people here, we are being brought into the presence of other like-minded people. I am doing this interview series that I'm doing the second interview today. I have a few people already on board to do this. Some local, some more of like the YouTube society. You know, I'm doing this and people will question why. Well, because they asked me to. Because this is to prepare me for what's next. It's not that my YouTube interview show, though it may certainly go viral at some point, but I have no interest in the outcome. This is what they're giving me to do now. Like they gave me the painting of the angels. I was creating an oracle card deck, so to speak, and it wasn't so much to have and sell an oracle card deck. It was more about developing that creative part of my brain. Now they're having me do these interviews, and it's all about preparing for what's to come. And when I get to that point, something else will then come into my reality for me to learn and express, to prepare me for whatever it is that they're going to have me do eventually. So as we go through these journeys, new people and new influences are always coming into our lives and into our reality. So what I strongly feel this particular card is for this weekend, and maybe you'll go to a workshop this weekend, or be at Barnes & Nobles, or be somewhere where you run into somebody or discover a new author. It could be something as simple as that. You discover a new book that you read, and now you're just delving into that person's philosophies and viewpoints on spirituality. It could be as simple as that. There's going to be something new, someone new coming into your reality and into your understanding that you're going to resonate with, and they're going to be an inspiration as well as a partner, I'll say, in your evolution and your preparation to what's next for you, is kind of how it's coming through. So again, doesn't necessarily mean a romantic one. I'm not feeling romantic, but it doesn't mean that for some of you it won't be romantic, or that it will be romantic rather. But I'm sensing the primary goal of this is to make a connection that's going to help you transition to the next phase of your individual spirituality. So I hope this all kind of made sense to you and resonated with you. I ask all the time if this really hits home, if you would mind commenting either on the Facebook page or under the YouTube video. Just let me know that you guys are receiving this stuff and that it's meaning something to you. I do get some input on private levels. Some people don't want to share publicly, and that's okay too. And if you don't want to share, that's okay. It's my own human mind wanting to make sure that I'm giving the messages as purely as I'm receiving them, and that it's making sense to all of you good people out there. So I'm going to wrap this up and prepare for Lisa to arrive here, and we're going to be doing a wonderful interview with her. She's an incredible energy, an incredible soul. She is one of the key people in the kind of South Jersey, Woodbury area spiritual network. Typically, the spiritual network in this area is comprised all of people. I think that she is inspired, actually, that she's really helped express themselves as divine beings. So I'm really excited to have her today. I've known her for quite a while now, and I've been a client. I've been to some of her meditations and workshops, and I would like to think now that I'm her friend. And she actually comes here to the home. Downstairs we have a music school, and she works with our music teacher, and also it'll be really nice to have her here in a different aspect. So I'm very excited about the interview today. You can look for that to be posted also on the YouTube channel and the cross-linked over to the Facebook channel or the Facebook page, probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, on board right now, I have like 8 episodes booked for this interview series that I'm doing. And again, it's something they're preparing me for now. It may evolve well past there, and it may continue on. Or after the episodes, they may have something else for me. But it's exciting to see what's going to happen with this. I did the first one was the pendulum interview with Eileen, who's my wife. We have Lisa Hop coming in. I have Heather Barone, who is my Reiki master, who made me a Reiki master, talking about Reiki and energy healing. I have Sarah Hall, who is a pretty well-known YouTube personality. She has incredible guided meditations. She's going to be coming on via Google Hangout to do an interview with me. I have Colleen St. Michaels of Angel Wisdom in Cherry Hill, who we've been working with quite frequently lately as I don't want to use the word partners, but as peers. Kind of, we've been helping her out, she's been helping us out. In fact, I just made a video trailer for her, which I have to see if she wants me to make that public. That's also on my YouTube feed, but right now it's a private video because she was using it for something she was doing. But I have to ask her when I interview her if it's okay I make that public, because it's really a neat little piece. So it's really shaping up well, and if anyone out there has any suggestions of somebody they would like to see interviewed, I certainly can reach out to that person. I've sent several emails out to some more well-known people, but being small potatoes, you know, they're a little more hesitant, I think, to respond. But Sarah Hall was very eager to respond, and I have a few other excuse me, messages that are going out to people who I really feel are going to be receptive. I felt very inspired to request an interview with them, so I'm pretty excited to see if they get back to me. So for another week, we're all done. I'll wrap this up now, and I'm just a little excited, so I'm going a little long-winded here. It's just such good, exciting things, and I love being in my studio here. It's so high energy. So until next week, thank you all. Angel blessings, and thank you for watching, as usual.